Hello. I hope everyone is having a really good day. Hello. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Lots of stuff to discuss in this live. Hello. Hello. Oh, well, you already know. Hello, beautiful. Hey, how did the appointment go? Did you see my live on OF? That's actually what I'm going to talk about today. I am so excited. I'm probably like the most excited I've been since 2020, since I had the infection. So this is really big for me at least. Yes, I did. I missed it sadly. Oh, okay. So for the so for patron Dawn 80, I think I'm saying that right, maybe. I'm gonna be talking about that. So since you already saw it, don't feel obligated to stay. Unless you want to see my beautiful mug. You good now? Oh God, so much happened. So I can only show it on here because on OF, you're not allowed to show bruising or scarring of any kind. So yesterday I had a procedure done, and oops, I just realized I'm so TMI. I was hungry this morning, so I made some rice, and I'm wearing jeans, so I was sitting down and watching Emily in Paris, and I unzipped my jeans, and I was like, why do I feel my panties? I was like, I never buttoned my jeans back. So, okay, we're gonna prop this phone up, and I'm going to zip my jeans up. Yeah, you could tell I'm much better than yesterday. Okay, so let's see. Let's do it that way. Yeah. You can see my jeans. Give me a minute, okay? I was like, oh shit. Hello, I'm here. I didn't go anywhere. You get a nice view of my heating pad. I love my heating pad. I'm back. Oh my God. Wow, I have many issues. Okay. So let's see. Wow. I can't wait for this tummy tuck in April. Yay. Nice. It is. Brittany not included. Brittany sold separately. So anyway, getting back to the thing. Yesterday I had a procedure. I had a lot of fatty tissue here. Oh my God. That is not easy, by the way. So I did the in-office procedure, which is basically where the doctor numbs here, and then you see everything. So I didn't go under, anesthesia or anything. So anyways, yeah, never doing that again. Because, he takes out the long needle and it's fat. And then the syringe, which is fat. And he's just sitting there going to town. And I'm just like, oh my God. And you feel it. So on the surface, you don't feel it. It's numb. But down here, oh, I was feeling it. And I was tearing up, and I was like, oh my God, no, this ain't working. So, yeah. Hi. So, yes. So it was basically anytime I wore a low cut bra, right here, I had a dent and just fatty tissue would stick out. And it was causing issues, so I needed to get rid of that. You are absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate it. I have some brow, God, what did I do to my face? I have brow, thing, a brow brush that I got from Glossier. so that way I'm not drawing my brows in anymore. And then I just put like some mascara on and just dab some concealer in here because your girl is exhausted. But yes. So what I'm really excited about is in April, I'm having a tummy tuck, which I'm really super stoked about. It's gonna be really good for me. I've needed this for a long time, but because I have this burn here, we tried to use filler yesterday. We used derma filler to kind of push the burn up because it's really dented in. But I would need at least 3 to 4 syringes of filler, of derma filler, to push it up. And just one syringe is $650 or $670. So I was like, yeah, I can't keep doing that. And I would have to go in every few, weeks. So he was like, well, why don't we have surgery in April? Because you're coming in for a tummy tuck anyways. He said, if you take your burn and you do it this way, you close it from top to bottom this way, he's like, it's going to lift your boob up too much and you're going to risk having the implant fall out. He's like, but if we do it this way, he's like, your scar is going to be about that long and now you won't have this burn anymore. Which my problem, I wouldn't even consider it if I didn't have all this tension here. So all the tension, every time I touch it, it hurts and it won't heal. Like it's not going to heal with my implants in, and I can't take my implants out because I'd have to take them out for a few years in order for this burn to heal. And the reason why it doesn't look bad now is because I have a sports bra on, so it's pushed up and I have makeup on my burn. But you can see it's really veiny. So I need to get that taken care of. Also, I'm really stoked about that because then I can just finally, not have to like freak out and worry about covering it up, wearing makeup, things like that. So it's not just a cosmetic thing. It's also a pain thing because it is quite painful. It hurts to grab it. It hurts to brush against it. It needs to go. Like I need to get it fixed. But also because my left areola, so my right one's like here and my left one is like right here and it's kind of further away. It's not centered either. So we had 2 options. The doctor's like, well, he's like, I could lift up your areola, which will then lift up the nip. And he's like, we could do that when we have your, surgery in April. He's like, or you could get it tattooed and then just go and see someone and then they can like do your outline for your areola and make it, use the pigments. So, I talked to my tattoo artist here. I talked to his wife, and I didn't know this. And she was like, well, we definitely wouldn't be the people for you because we don't specialize in like breast cancer scar tattooing. That's a very, very, very fine craft. Sorry, because if you get it wrong, you're going to screw up the tattooing there. So she's like, there's this tattoo artist in Seattle who specializes in that, and she's done tremendous work. So I ended up finding her last night and I submitted a form to go and get tattooed. However, with being that I have extra large implants, I'm wondering if it's going to be better just to have the surgery just to kind of move it up and move it more centered. I wish I could show you guys on live, but you can't do that. So lots and lots and lots of exciting and really good news. So it's going to be, I'm like really, really, really stoked and I cannot wait for April 6th. So much is going to be happening. So I'm going to be, posting lightly. And then I also was looking at tattooing after having a tummy tuck. And I think, so y'all know I have a pressed flower here, and I'm thinking, because my tattoo artist is here who did this, that I want to go and get pressed flowers across my tummy tuck scars. So I'm going to be making my own. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to put together my own and like exactly how I want to do it and the shading and everything, because it's going to be obviously a while, but to have so much great news, I can't express it to you. I've been crying like off and on since yesterday. That's how happy I am. Like a rose belt. So yeah, something like that. I haven't decided exactly what I want. I know I want it to be colored. I know I want flowers, and I love the shading here, but I think I want to do like a darker teal for the shading. So like I'm gonna make it's gonna be a whole thing. So it's, you know, like I'm excited. Like I have this vision in my head of how I want to do it, and I didn't think I was gonna want to do that. I figured, oh well, after my tummy tuck, I'll just put makeup, you know, around there once the scar starts to heal. But I was like, you know what? I love tattoos, and I like the idea of having really pretty flowers with leaves and almost of the, you know, I like that too, this color a lot. So anyways, just a lot of stuff, but that won't be for a while anyways, because I'm not having the tummy tuck until April 6th. So I assume probably maybe 6 months to a year, I would have to wait to even get anything tattooed. I don't know. I'll find out when I talk to my doctor, but I'm really happy. Like I'm so happy because since 2020, when I had the infection, I've had to cover up one part of my body or the other. And I've had to undergo so many different revisions only to get some of the very similar results that I have continued to have. And I will never be able to go and get this nip completely cut all the way around and moved. I don't want to do that anyways, but to know that I can at least pull it a little bit because the skin is kind of like, you know, shriveled, I guess is the word to use. But not only that, the biggest one for me is the burn. So when my doctor told me that yesterday, like I just cried in his office. And I said, you don't, like, I can't explain it to you. I have been in so much pain off and on from my boobs, from this, you know, from the infection, from everything that I've had, and trying to rebuild and restart. And, you know, the fact of the matter is when you're on social media and you have things happen to you, it's hard to keep going and to have the same audience that you had, or to have that trust, because eventually people are going to be like, this is too much, you know? So for me to constantly just continue to go and just wonder, hey, if I didn't have this burn, would it be better? Hey, if I didn't have the infection, would it have been better? You know, and it's things like that get in your head. There's no way around that. But to finally go, you know what, this is what I needed. This is the confidence that I really needed. And to be really honest with you, I want so badly just to go poof and just take everything off and let everything go. So I'm really hopeful that when I have my tummy tuck, and I have a really tight core to begin with, so getting that done, having this burn gone, and just having this, you know, nip kind of up a little bit more, areola up a little bit more, I'm just like, this is it. This is what I really needed. So I'm so dang happy. Really happy. I'll try and find a pic of the ones that I've seen. Yeah, so I like went onto Pinterest and was like looking at different ideas. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos today of women who have had tummy tucks and things that they were like telling people that they wish they had known. I was seeing like their after photos. So it was really nice. There's this one woman on YouTube. She doesn't like have a big following or anything. She's just, you know, someone who was just like making videos about her tummy tuck. Similar build as me, so not like massively overweight or anything like that. Just kind of like my build. I mean, I'm overweight. We're not going to lie about that. But just like my shape, my size kind of type thing. And that's what I was really looking for. Like I wanted someone who kind of had like a similar build to me. Again, every experience is going to be different, but just sort of like, you know, picking her brain. And she had a bunch of videos out there, and she was showing and talking about it, and it was kind of nice just seeing like the before with her jitters, which is what I always get with my surgeries anyways, and then just like the day like a few hours after the procedure, and then a few months after the procedure, and when she had her drains taken out, how long the scar is. So all of that stuff, it's really like, I find it fascinating what we can do and the things that we do to build up our confidence and to feel better about ourselves. So I'm excited, but I'm not like in any rush for the tattooing or anything like that. I think it's just cool to know that like you can do things like that if that were to really bother you. But at this point, that's like the least of my concern. But I just was like thinking it was cool. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do my own design. Like I have this like, you know, thing in my head. So, You are amazing. Love everything that you do. Oh God, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm batshit crazy. Good luck and hope it all works out for you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm very honest with everything that I do. I think that I'd rather overshare and tell everybody everything than to not say anything and people don't know things. And yeah, so I appreciate everybody and just being kind, because I had mentioned this yesterday on my OF Live that I know I've had back-to-back surgeries, and when you do that, it's like less time that you get to film. It's more time that you have to cover up. So it takes away. So I do appreciate people just going, well, this is Brittany, she's doing her thing. So thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't know that people still live stream on Twitter. Yeah, I didn't. I always do. I like to live stream. I don't do the spaces. I've seen that, but I don't do it. I love going live. I like to go live on all of my platforms. I just think it's honestly really cool. And I think it's because you get to see people how they really are. Because people, will say, oh, she uses filters and things like that. And I'm like, well, okay, you can see me live. You can see that I don't. It's way better, to be honest. It's way more healthy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So I understand, some people are private, but even before social media, just me in general, I've always been an oversharer. Always. I would date guys, and I would literally, at the gate, tell them all my skeletons, everything. And, I always wondered why they were, running away. So, finally found one that didn't. I caught me a good one. I do have a tendency of doing that. Stay silly, my friend. You made me laugh. That's good. My mom and I were talking on the phone the other day, and she's like, you always make me laugh. And I was like, hey, as long as you're laughing, I don't even care if it's at my own expense. I'll take it. That's good. Let's see. Just joined. What's going on? Oh no, Snake Dragon 22. You didn't miss much. I'm just being a chitty chatty. My 9-year-old came home the other day and he's like, oh, someone got in trouble because they were chitty chatty, and that's how he said it. And ever since then, I've just love chitty chatty, because I always say chatty Cathy, but chitty chatty, I like that, but so much better. It's the way he said it that always makes me smile. But no, I had a procedure yesterday. I had a lot of fatty tissue on this right one, so whenever I wear a low cut sports bra, the fatty tissue would poke out a lot, and it would create a divot, and I was having a lot of issues with it. So I ended up going into the doctor's office yesterday, and he did a local numbing and did liposuction of the right breast, which, holy moly, if you haven't watched any videos and then you just go in and see it, setting it up was a heck of a lot longer than the actual process. But I was blacking out and passing out from it because it's a lot. He's holding my boob and he's aggressive, getting the liposuction out or getting all of the fat out, and you just are feeling the sensation. So I was sweating, and when you're about to pass out, I actually have passed out quite a bit in my life, but when you're about to pass out, you start to hear your fuzzies and then all of a sudden your eyes get dilated, your pupils do, and you start to see black stars, and you lose hearing. I had all of that yesterday, and I was like, I'm passing out, and my doctor, he could barely hear, or I could barely hear him, and he's standing over me, and he goes, Brittany, if you pass out, you're in a safe place, it is okay, don't you worry. And then I had a nurse that was standing over me, and she was massaging my hands, massaging right here. She's like, just keep your breathing, and she was kind of just swaying and rocking. And then my doctor was just like, it is okay, I am here all the way, don't you worry. He's like, if you pass out and you wake up, it is okay. He was so kind, and I was like, this is why people go under. Because I did not want to see all of this. So then, of course, like, I see the fat that was taken out, and that's, like, kind of cool, you know, but damn, that whole process, I was like, oh, hell no, never again. Instagram didn't like her sharing her life. Oh, no. Instagram doesn't care about that. I have no issues with my lives on Instagram. Like, no. My main account got taken back in July, June, July, I don't remember, of last year. You know, just because it happens to everybody. So I'm seeing a lot of people are getting their accounts back. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't ever get my, you know, big account back. That's, you know, it is what it is. You just have to keep on going. So no, it's fine. Where's your husband now? He's at work, so he didn't need to stay home. I drove myself to my appointment yesterday and drove myself back because it was just numbing, so I didn't go under or anything. Oh my God, Vixen! You did get a good one. What's that one about? You talking about the lipo? God, I'm like so not seeing the comments come up. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, you've been commenting. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hi, I love you. Oh yes, I did get a good one. Yeah, I got a good husband for the most part. When he's not screwing up. Hi, how are you? I started following you. Oh my God! Hi, Sean 507019062. Sorry, I was like, wanted to make sure I read the whole thing out. Hi! You didn't have to follow me. I appreciate it. I'm like gonna go hide now. No one is perfect. Try telling him that. You know how Chris gets. But, oh yeah, so anyway, so I just wanted to go live and just kind of like fill y'all in on what happened yesterday. I'm going to be like taking it easy though, because even though I feel so much better now, like I just feel sore and exhausted, like I over exerted myself. So I think pretty much anyone who's had implants will tell you the first time you try and like lift heavy things or work out again, you just feel like you kind of pulled a muscle a little bit as things are stretching, and you just feel like maybe you overdid it. And that's how I feel today. I've been taking ibuprofen, putting ice on, and I bruised so quickly yesterday. And then woke up this morning and it's like nowhere. Like I'm very fortunate that when I bruise, it may come quickly, but it leaves really quickly too. So the bruising is pretty much not there, but the swelling is still there. So I won't know how much he was able to get out until the swelling goes down. And then if for some reason it didn't make a difference, then just when I have my April 6th surgery, I'm just gonna have him fix it then, because I'm not staying awake for that. That was not, no. Nope. How's your day going? It's going pretty good. It's going good. Relaxing. I'm like not gonna post. I'm not gonna do anything. So it's kind of nice when I get my days where I don't post anything on social media. I've been kind of killing it lately. That didn't sound right. I've been kind of crushing it lately and posting a lot. And I'm working on when I start to post too much, pulling back to make sure I don't get burned out, because that's like a really big issue, I think, with any person that's like a content creator or anyone who, you know, does anything on social media is, you know, you'll get burned out. So I'm working on not posting to the point that I do get emotional and burned out. Well, we'll just say the burned out part, because, you know, Brittany is emotional. I am very emotional. Why I just referred to myself in third person, I don't know. I'm just watching Sons of Anarchy on Disney. Oh, I have to watch that. I'm watching the second season of Emily in Paris. I love it so far. I love it. Like, no one likes Emily in Paris, but I really, really, really like it. Everybody says, like, you know, it's an annoying show, but I like it a lot. How's the ping pong table going so far? So it's not set up. It is here, but it's still in the box. So we did a whole bunch of organizing and got a whole bunch of new furniture. So all the boxes and everything that we were moving is out in the garage right now. And I have to call some haul-away people to come and take it. And we haven't done it yet because I have more furniture coming. I have a coffee table that's going to be coming that I ordered a little while ago off of Etsy, and I'm so stoked about this one. So stoked. And then I have some like other stuff that I bought. I'm really excited for. I bought some gold-plated leaf lamps from Anthropologie. So I'm like waiting for those to come in, but the tall one for the living room is on back order until April, and then the two for the bedroom are on back order until March. Not that y'all needed to know all this. See, again, overshare. But anyways, so I have a lot of stuff that I need to haul away, and then we're gonna get it set up. But I also have a gazebo that I'm gonna put out in my back. I have my hot tub that I have to get set up. So we have a whole bunch of stuff in our garage, and just with the weather, the way that it's been here in Washington, there's not really a lot of time to do it. We still have our Christmas decorations outside. That's not my fault though. I'm putting that on record. Y'all go and talk to my husband about that shit, because I've been telling him he needs to get that stuff like taken out of our backyard in our front yard, because it still says Merry Christmas in there. And I'm like, dude, like, we've never done this. You need to like get on it and take that shit out. So he's like, well, the weather. I'm like, then you do it and you freeze your ass off once you get it done. But it's like, you can't, there's the very tall part. He has to use an extended ladder, and he wouldn't be able to do that with the rain and the freezing temperatures that we've been having on and off lately. So that's why he hasn't. Hello from Illinois. Hi. Hello from Washington State. From Iraq. Hi. Chile. Oh my gosh. Hi. I was on someone's YouTube live, Peter Mon. I love Peter Mon. I was on his YouTube live, and he was reading comments, and I guess someone was saying, or no, it was in the comment section, and people were saying that they don't like it, like when people go live and they start reading off where other people are from and saying hi. And I was like, really? I do that all the time. I was like, oh shit. I guess it's annoying. Hi from Northern Ireland. Damn. Hi. That's awesome. I would love to go there. I would love to go there. My mom's like one of her best friends that I've known since I was younger, and I knew her boys back in North Carolina. Her then husband was in the military, so we kind of lived in like a military community. Anyways, she's Irish, and like full-blown accent and just beautiful freckles all over her face, the red hair. So she looks exactly what you would think a clogger would look like in Ireland. Oh my God, speaking of which, always wanted to be. I told my mom when I was really little, I was like, I'm gonna have red hair, and it's gonna be curly, and I'm gonna have freckles, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna clog, because I love clogging. So what is it? Irish tap dancing. So I love Michael Flatley. Oh my God. Like I said, you know, when I was a little kid, I was gonna marry him. Got a day off due to the cold weather. Hey, Texan, how are you doing? I always love seeing your profile pop up. New York saying hello. Hi, beautiful. Hi. Do you know about Mia Khalifa? Well, I mean, I know of her. I don't know her, like actually know her. I mean, I talked to she's before my time, before I got onto social media and did, you know, all of this stuff. So I never had a chance to really, you know her or anything. I just seen some of her work, but yeah, a lot of people I talk to and I would love to meet. Honestly, if I had the chance to meet anybody, I would just be having coffee and just chit-chatting. I'd be chitty-chatty. Okay. Oh, what part of Northern Ireland, or what part, yes, of Northern Ireland would you like to go to? I don't know. Like, I don't know many names, to be honest with you. It would take a little bit of time for me to think, to remember where she was from. Her name is Eileen. And I don't remember where she was from. But it was so beautiful. And it was so peaceful. And there were rolling hills. And I just thought, that's the life that I want. I absolutely love the idea of being far away from people, of just having nothing but just trees and hills, and that just sounds so dang peaceful to me. Just being on my own. What's for dinner tonight? Well, it's Friday, so Fridays are our McDonald's and Taco Bell nights. So that's what we're gonna do for tonight. And then I went grocery shopping, and we were supposed to do chicken piccata this week. I was supposed to do cheeseburger potato soup this week. But when I went to the stores, like, they weren't getting produce in. So we've had like a few things that our stores aren't getting in, and maybe other stores are, but like some of our stores were just not getting a lot of stuff. So some of the produce that I needed, I did not have. I need carrots, I need celery, and I need cucumber. So that's what I will be doing this weekend into the week. I need to get that stuff. I miss like I make crock pot meals, and I make intricate meals. I really love to cook. Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's extremely therapeutic for me. But when you're constantly on the go, you kind of get into this habit of, oh, we'll pick something up, or, oh, we'll go out to eat. And we've been stuck in that for a while. So I'll start to like buy food and make meals so we can kind of break it. And it's just been like, no. So I was like, well, when I have the tummy tuck, like, this is going to be perfect, because I don't want to go back to how I was, to the point that I'm going to need another one. So I was like, you know, that's going to be great. And plus, our oldest is taking weightlifting right now. So he's like, you know, he's concerned he's not going to be able to keep up and do as well. And I'm so proud of him, because my oldest is the gamer type. He is not athletic at all. He doesn't want to play sports. He doesn't want to have anything to do with sports. He doesn't want, you know, footballs flying at him, baseballs, you know, soccer balls, none of that. So to see that he's doing this, and I was like, no, this is good for us, because I was like, it's going to help. Our problem is that I have celiac disease. So we were having to constantly make like separate meals for everybody, and it was one of the reasons why I just like gave up, because I was just like, I can't keep doing this. So I think that having me start working out again and having my son work out, I think is going to be really healthy for us, and it'll kind of jumpstart us and help us get back into a healthier lifestyle. Because for a while, I started social media in 2017, so from like 2015, because that's when I found out I had celiac disease, until probably like beginning of 2020, we were making really healthy meals and doing great. Still doing the Friday things, you know, and I was drinking my beer, but limiting our calorie intake and working out, and we were walking every single day as a family. So we would walk at least 2 miles every day, and really enjoyed it. And my husband and I had like a hill that we would go on, and so we would run a lot. I've previously showed videos of me running on it, and I miss that. Like, I really do miss working out with my husband and with my family, and just getting back into shape. Oh, I talk a lot. Are those real? No, I've had surgeries. I am 3,500 cc's each, and I have implants right now. Northern is a nice country, but there is a lot of war with the police in Belfast. I have paid attention to it a little bit. So yeah, I was seeing some of that going on. To everyone who's in Northern Ireland, like, please be careful, take care of yourself. I know there's a lot going on. You two should work out together, mother-son bonding. Yes, and he keeps coming home and telling me, that he's learning to bench press and he's doing this stuff. And my oldest and I, we are probably closer than anybody else in the family. I really cling to him and he clings to me, and he's the one that knows literally everything, because when everything happened with the pandemic and both my kids had to stay home, my oldest saw everything. He saw all of my highs, all of my lows. He saw how much I do at home, and it changed him. It changed him drastically. Prior to, he was constantly arguing and not wanting to do his homework and not doing his classwork, hiding all of his progress reports and things like that. And I think that once everything happened with the pandemic and he just saw how hard it was for me to do everything and to deal with, everything on social media and all of, his stuff, plus my son who was special needs, who was in SPED classes, and having to do all of that with him. My oldest, he just went and kicked it into high gear and was like, oh, well, I'm not going to make things any worse for my mom anymore. And we've clung together. I rely on him, I think, a lot more than I probably should. But it just kind of happened with the pandemic. I didn't expect it to go that way. And now we have a terrific relationship. He can come to me for anything. It doesn't matter what it is. He was upset because he was, you that kill me. I am not remotely endorsing or condoning this behavior at all. So let's just get that out in the open. But here in Washington, obviously you can, things are legalized here. And one of his friends, underage friends, mind you, so don't do it, was asking people at school if they wanted any of this thing that is legalized in Washington. But he didn't ask my son. And so my son came home and he was like, I'm really pissed. And I was like, why? And he was like, because they didn't ask me if I wanted any. And I was like, what would you have said? Yes? And he's like, I would have said, no, I'm not interested in that. And I was like, then that's why they didn't ask you. And I was like, why are you mad about that? He's like, because it's just the fact that they didn't even bother to ask. He's like, what, am I not good enough for it? And I was just like, oh my God, the things that we talk about, if people could hear us. I wish I could meet you because I like you, but unfortunately you are married. I wish you a happy life. It's so sweet. People say unfortunately, and I'm like, no, fortunate for me. No, don't do that to yourself. We're all friends and family here, so you will always have a piece of me. Everyone will. Tell your son he's blessed to have a mother like you and a great army dad like your husband. Oh my God, thank you. I will tell him that. I'm sure he doesn't think so sometimes. The other day, he was pissed at me because I have a problem. I need to go to counseling because I like to buy stuff off of Amazon, a lot. So we get a lot of Amazon packages, and anyways, I've been hanging up curtains all in the house, and for some of the places I didn't want to hang curtains, so I was like, well, I'll just buy tension rods, and I'm doing the farmhouse curtains. So I had some tension rods come in the mail, and they're longer boxes, and he was trying to break it down. He was pissed. He was already having a bad day when he came home. So I was like, well, take the scissors and cut the ends of the boxes, because he was just trying to rip the box, and he didn't want to listen to me. And so I looked at him. I was like, get your ass up. go get the scissors and cut the box. So he takes the packages, he flings them on the ground, he hits the ground, and he goes, ah, and he gets mad at me. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, there will be none of that. And what I try to do, especially now because he's almost 16, is I let him know up front that I'm not putting up with, and then I explain to him why. And I was like, when you make threatening moves like that, it comes across that if you were bigger or stronger, or if I wasn't your mom, that you would hit. And I was like, and that's not appropriate, because that's a very threatening move and sound. And I was like, don't do things like that, because if you start dating, or if you get pissed off at your friends and you start making these kind of gestures and moves, it's gonna scare people. And I was like, and you don't want to do that. And he likes it when I talk to him like that, but then sometimes he feels like he's being talked down. So I'm like trying to work on, making sure that I'm not talking down to him and things like that. And like we have breathing exercises that we've been working on, because I can't imagine what it's like to be a teenager right now. Like, I didn't have these issues growing up. My husband didn't. So, there's so much peer pressure and just pressure in general on teens right now. So yeah, wow, I can't believe I'm sharing all this. If I ever meet you in person, I'd want to give you a big hug. Oh my God, I would, yeah, totally. I would love to give like everyone a hug. I say this all the time. I sit crisscross applesauce all the time. That's how I sleep too. So no lie. So I sleep like this. My cat sleeps right here, and that's just, that's our thing. So anyways, I would have us, I've said it a million times, I would have all of us sit outside, sit crisscross applesauce. We'd have like our beer or our coffee or our tea or whatever y'all are into drinking, like sweet tea, lemonade, like whatever. I would like have everybody have like their own individual things, so that way they feel comfortable and they were at ease. We would just sit on the grass, crisscross applesauce, drinking what we wanted to, eating what we wanted to, and just chit-chatting and getting to know each other. And then I would line y'all all up, and I would be like Snow White with the 7 dwarfs, and I would give all of y'all big hugs and kisses. And I'm sure someone would be like, boop. So I'd be okay with that. Now, if my husband was there, he'd probably be like, hands to yourself, I'm watching you. I'm 18 years old, and I go through a lot of anxiety and anger problems with depression. Okay, so I feel so bad saying this. My page is not going to be for you because you are really young, sweetie. I'm very particular. Anyone under 21, I'd rather not have on my page. But I will tell you that is very common when you are in your teens. What I tell my son is to count backwards from 10. And I know that sounds super stupid, but it actually really helps a lot. And I told him this morning, because he's been having a really hard week at school. They just are going into the next semester. And I was like, when you are pissed, think about it this way. Your energy, you're going to be sending out to someone else. Whatever you're thinking, whether it's happy thoughts, sad thoughts, anger thoughts, whatever it is, you're sending out to the people around you. And you want to make sure that the thoughts and the feelings that you're sending to people aren't going to be detrimental and harmful to them, because we don't want to take what we're feeling and pass it on to someone else. I also recommend him writing everything down. And I told him this morning. I was like, I don't care if you write down every cuss word in the freaking world in like all uppercase, and it's like, dark lines and everything. I was like, if that's what you have to do to get things out, then I would rather you do it that way, as opposed to hurting yourself, hurting someone else, doing something that you're going to regret, drinking at a really early age to try and drown out these things. And I'm like, and communication is really, really, really big in our house. Like, every week we check in. Every week we check in. And to be really honest with you, pretty much every day we check in. As soon as my son comes home, he comes home before anybody else, my eldest, and we do a check-in as far as how was school. Did you study? Did you have issues with your teachers? Did you have issues with other students? What homework do you have? If you don't have any, did you do the classwork? And I know that for some kids coming home and unloading everything seems like such a daunting task, but it's so much better to get it out right when you get home to parents who are there for you, as opposed to holding that in every single day. Because eventually when you unleash all of that, it's going to be really toxic and it's going to hurt the people that you care about. So I just kind of want to get that out. So yeah. Do you think medication could help your son? I don't want to give him anything right now. He doesn't have issues to the point that I feel like that would be warranted. If it were to be like horrific and it's not something he could manage, that's different. And then, you know, we would obviously take him in. But right now his issue is he is 15 and a half and he's set in his ways. Like, he's really set in his ways. And he knows it, and he is very open about it. And he will tell you, I don't like people. He's like, I don't want to deal with anyone. He's like, I just don't want to talk to anyone. He's like, I have friends, but I'm just not, like, I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with people's problems. I know who I am. I'm on my path. I'm doing my own thing. And I'm just like, at 15, almost 16, I don't want that for you, because you need to be open to different opinions, to different, you know, different people's cultures and things like that. Like, you need to be open to that. And he's like, oh, I'm all open for it. He's like, but I'm just not going to put up with anybody's, you know, crap. And I'm like, oh my God. It's not easy being a teenager. So I started going to therapy. I had an issue when I was 11. And so I've been in and out of therapy since 11. And I've been on different medications and everything underneath the sun. Some have worked, some haven't. But I can tell you, out of all of my years, the one thing that I have learned is talking is so damn vital. Talking your feelings out, no matter how dumb it sounds to some people. And I know for some men who feel like that's perceived as being weak, it's not. You know, we need to be more vocal, you know, and talking about communicating and getting your feelings out. You know, I think a lot of times, especially young men and just men in general, taught to, you know, you're the breadwinner, you're the provider, or you're supposed to be a manly man, and you're supposed to do this. And things are obviously changing, and we're seeing, you know, men open up more. But I think that there's still that stigma attached to it, and that's something that we have never had in our family. We broke those walls. We've never even allowed it, and just knew that, you know, if you were ever pissed off, if you were ever angry at one of us, you know, my husband or myself, for doing something, that you knew that you could come and talk to us. You may not like the answer that you get, because the answer may be, I'm the adult, you're the child. Sorry, but that's just the way that it is, you know, but I'll always give you an explanation as to why I've done something. And to whoever who needs to hear it, who is, you know, a minor, or, you know, the 18-year-old that was on here, talk to your parents. You know, tell them you want to communicate, that you want to be open, you know, that you're needing help, that you need someone to talk to, that you need to bounce some things off of someone. Oh, meditating. Oh, okay, yes. He meant meditating. Oh, okay, yes. Sorry. Yes, I have told him that meditating could help him, because the breathing exercises really help him. He likes that a lot. So, like the other day when he was getting pissed off at the Amazon boxes, and me, when he sat back down and I was telling him, I was like, I'm like key on having eye contact. And my son he's not like, you know, that's not his thing. Cause then he starts to feel guilty about the way that he reacted. And I always tell him, like, you know, let's just reflect. Let's take a minute. And I'm like, keep your eyes on me. I was like, look at me, and we'll count backwards. And we will just take deep breaths and things like that. So eye contact is really, really, really big. My son, when he does something, he doesn't like to look at you. He likes to look down. And I like it because it shows remorse. So I think he's just a normal teenager. here, sorry. I just want to say that I love you and everything about you. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I don't know how to ever respond to things like that. If you like ask me, for something, I'm like, oh, I'm in it, let's go. If I can't figure it out, I'm gonna be Googling and doing all the research. But when someone like pays me a compliment, I'm just like, how do you respond to that? Like, I don't think I'll ever get over just the fact that anyone likes what I do in the first place. So that's it's a thing. I don't know how to describe it or explain it. Every single day, I'm just like, wow, like someone commented or someone, was nice to me or someone likes what I do. And it just, I don't think I'll ever get used to that. So I appreciate it. Like, I really do. Do you know Allegra Cole? I do. I've met her a few times. You look lovely. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm probably going to get going. God, I feel so bad. I posted on Instagram 2 days ago, and I was like, best like caption or comment, you can be as snarky as you want, gets a follow back. And I was like, I'm going to pick 3 people. Well, I followed 1 person. And then yesterday, because I had the procedure, I was like, okay, so I'm going to go through, because after my procedure, I will be relaxing and I'll be able to finally get to everybody, to all the comments, because there was over 1,000 comments on Instagram. I ended up passing out because I was in quite a bit of pain. So I had I had the ice pack on and I just like collapsed. And so today I was like, well, I'm not going to do anything. So I'm going to be able to get to anybody. And now here I am on Twitter. So I feel like a bag of shit. And I need to go and start answering people on Instagram before people are like, what the F? So to anyone who commented on my Instagram and is wondering why the hell I have not done anything yet, I apologize and I'm going to be getting on it. But just please know I'm not ignoring people. And to anyone who comes onto any of my lives, I get this a lot. You're ignoring me, bye. And I'm like, I say it so much. I am chitty chatty. I'm a chatty Cathy, and I am constantly like just talking and probably boring y'all half to death. So I don't mean to ever ignore anyone. What procedure did you have done? Oh, so Justin Bieber concert is this month. I am excited. So I had some fatty tissue right here. And unfortunately, what would happen is if I wore like a low cut bra, so say the bra was right here and it would kind of curve around my boob, then what would unfortunately happen is I'd have like a divot, a dent in here, and then this fatty tissue would stick out. And it was causing a lot of issues. So I went to the doctor yesterday and I just did an in-office procedure. So he just had like local numbing. And you can see I've got some bruising right here. It's definitely a lot better than yesterday. And then he just liposuctioned it out. So quite painful, quite painful. And I was like, yeah, this is why people like to be put under. So yes. Parenting is a difficult job, but you're doing a great job. Keep your head up. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I love being a mom. So I started babysitting when I was 9 years old, and we lived in North Carolina, and the couple that was straight in front of us, they were military as well, and they had a infant and a toddler, and her husband was deployed, and she was not handling it well, like at all, like not at all. She was having horrific nightmares. She was breaking down all the time. Her mental health was really in jeopardy. So to help, I started babysitting her kids. So I've been babysitting infants since I was 9, and I knew the moment I held a baby, that was it. I knew at a very early age I wanted to work with kids. I wanted to be a teacher for a long time, and I knew that I wanted to be a mom myself. When my oldest was in elementary, I worked with his teacher, which every year she happened to go up. For 3 years, I worked as an unpaid assistant, and because I really liked it. I really liked it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Pre-K is my favorite to teach. I had the most fun, and I worked with 2 kids in pre-K that were special needs. So I had, hands-on experience, since I started working, and I always knew I wanted to be a parent. I wanted to have a lot of kids. And even to this day, my husband has had a vasectomy, so we know we're not going to have any more. And I'm happy because now we can focus on, building up things that we want to do once our kids leave and just enjoying the time that we have with our kids. But we're excited. We're excited for when our kids go and we can just be the 2 of us and plan things. And that's a nice, thought to get to. Since I was a little kid, I just knew I wanted kids. So that's great. Being a parent, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's not meant for everyone. But I'm looking forward to, just me and my husband. And we have thought about buying an RV and traveling because I love to travel, like a lot. And I love exploring different cultures, different foods, different, just different places. So we thought about doing that and then just going and visiting different countries. I lived in Germany for 5 years. I graduated high school there, so I want to go back there. There's a lot of traveling that we really would like to do. Okay, sorry. How many seasons? Only 2 right now. So I'm on the 2nd season. I've watched the 1st season of Emily in Paris like 50 times. So, oh my God, Lost in Space. That's also on Netflix. There's 3 seasons of that. We finally finished the last season, and that's supposed to be it. But the last season, like the last second of season 3, it ended on sort of like an odd note. Like I thought maybe that means that they're gonna come back for another season, but then when I went online and Googled it, because my husband was like, well, that's confusing because they announced that this was the end of the show. Lost in Space, such a fantastic show. I absolutely love it. If you haven't watched Lost in Space, the show, not the movie, with Matt LeBlanc, which is also really good. It's Matt LeBlanc, right? Yes. But the show on Netflix, it's really good, and we've been watching it since. Which base did you live near when you were in North Carolina? Fort Bragg. So we lived in Hope Mills, like right outside of Fayetteville, and yeah, and we were at my husband. No, my dad. My dad was at Bragg, and that's actually where my parents. So my dad got out of the military. He was in for 30 years. He retired as a CW5, and he got out and finalized in North Carolina just a few years ago too. They've since moved. They're in Tennessee now, but yeah, I have no intention of ever going back to North Carolina. Okay. All right, now I'm finally gonna get off. I have said it like 10 times, and I do that every time, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. I will talk to you guys later. I hope that you guys are having a good day and so much happiness. I cannot contain it, and just finally having answers and finally knowing that there are solutions to some of the issues that I'm having, like with the burn. So for anyone who's just coming on, I'm gonna have surgery in April for a tummy tuck, and then I'm also getting my burn fixed. I'm getting my areola fixed. So I'm really happy for all of this. Take care of you and your family. Oh my God, you too. Please take care of yourself. Crazy, hard times that we are in. And I think a lot of the reasons why we're going through a lot of hard times is because when the pandemic first hit, all of these places, like all these manufacturing places, all these companies, like they had enough stock of everything, and now we're seeing, because of the last few years with the pandemic, that everything is slowed down and we don't have that anymore. So I think there's a lot of issues with that. I think it's creating a lot of problems as well. So just trying to, wrap my mind around all of that and say, okay, well, if this is happening, what's the reason and what can you do about it? And if you can't do anything about it, then worrying about it isn't going to help. So take some deep breaths. So that I've been doing. I don't know why I got on that topic, but I did. Do you have any plans to go bigger? Yes. Can I keep saying I was going to go off, and then I get questions? Yes. So the idea is to go to 4,300. I don't know when, next year or two. So, and that'll be my final surgery because I have implants. So I'm not going to push it any further than that. But like I told my husband, at the moment, I'm just going to take care of myself. I'm going to do my tummy tuck that I really want to do. I'm going to take care of my burn and get that. I'm going to have surgery on that in April. Work on my areola. I'm going to work on the things that I really want to work on before I then start to go bigger again. So I'm going to pause on the going bigger, have plans to. So 4,300 is what what I want to go for. My doctor, I have a lot of tissue. We're being safe about it. So that's the idea. So we'll see kind of like, what happens in the next year or two. Things could change and I may go, you know what? No, I think I'm just going to like keep it at this. But as of now, no, 4,300 is what I want to go to. When are you planning for a new kid? I'm not. So my husband has had a vasectomy and we talked about it. And actually, when I was here in Washington the first time, he actually set up an appointment to have a vasectomy reversal. So the Army will pay for you to have a vasectomy and to have it reversed. So we were on the waiting list because apparently a lot of people get vasectomy reversals, but the longer you've had your vasectomy, the harder it is for the reversal, which by the way is very painful, to be successful and for you to get pregnant. So he was on the waiting list, and then when we when we had all of our stuff packed and moved to Hawaii, so right before we were moving to Hawaii, he received a phone call saying that he could go in and have his surgery for his reversal. And we couldn't because we were already, out the door and moving to Hawaii. So when we got to Hawaii and then everything with our youngest Peyton, who is special needs, and all that came up, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I can't get pregnant and try and navigate through all of this with having a child that I'm having to go to 100 appointments just in the hospital, not including the school, to get him set up for all of the things that he needs. I was like, I can't do that. And my husband was like, well, we're not going to be able to put a reversal on hold because we're getting too far out that I've had a vasectomy. And I was like, then I don't think we're going to have any more kids, because I was like, I can't. I need to devote my time and my attention to the kids that I have and to the one who's going through something that I know I need to help with, and not, me trying to get pregnant again. I have so many moments where I would love to be pregnant. I loved it. I had the best pregnancies. I was so blessed. I really was the annoying twit, is that the word? Or the other word? Replace the I with the A. I was the annoying one that was like, oh, the glow. Like, I had all of that. My sex drive, oh my goodness. You're talking like 3 times a day, and that was not enough for me. I was like always on the go. Like, I found him so irresistible that like at restaurants, I was like, if no one was here, I'd be ripping everything off and we would just be going at it like jackrabbits. So like I had, God, what's the movie? Great Scott. With Ludacris and, was it Valentine? No. Ashton Kutcher. Shoot me in the foot. Oh, What to Expect When You're Expecting. Dennis Quaid's wife in there, who I love. She's such an adorable woman. She had like the perfect pregnancy, and everybody was just like, that was me. She had twins, and I had one baby. The eyes are hell, her hope is magic that melted me. Oh my God, that's really nice. That's like romantic. Damn. You're making me blush. That's really kind to say. Damn. No. That's sweet, but I appreciate that. I don't know what to say. Oh. Hey Britt, love you. How is your day? It's going good. It's going good. I'm gonna hop off. I'll save my life so y'all can go back and listen to it. Just doing nothing but rambling and chitty chatty, and that's it. But I'm gonna go and finish my show and get onto Instagram. Someone screamed that at me. Go onto Instagram. Answer those damn comments, Brittany. I'm gonna do that. I will talk to you all later. I love you guys. Have a beautiful Friday, a very blessed weekend, and I love every one of you, and I really do send nothing but just positive vibes, whether you feel it or not. I think that we all need that right now. Like, we really do. I was talking to some people yesterday, and they were just talking about how just sad things have gotten right now, and I just think that we all need love. Like, we really do. We all need love, and we need to be told that we are loved, and we need to hear it, and we need to feel it. So I'm sending everything that I can to every one of you. So yeah. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.